All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm getting a lot of good feedback over these daily videos of kind of like what's on my mind. I've been meaning to put this video out for quite some time now, and this is going to be the ugly truth about natural bodybuilding. Now, this is all personal experience. Everyone's different, so you might go through some different things. I personally think before we begin this video that if you wanted to do a show or ever have done one, that, and I assure you that the people that have done it would agree with me, that you have to be right mentally before you begin this journey. So, and I personally think that the pros outweigh the cons of doing a competition, whether it be bodybuilding or men's physique, bikini, figure. So first off, I'm going to stick with the cons of the sport. I've been thinking about this all morning, and I hopefully I don't miss anything. Number one, it can be expensive. So there's, membership fees, the cost of the actual show, the posing trunks, all the supplements, the food. So it can get very pricey. So if your budget's kind of tight, I would tend to shy away from doing one. Number two is, if you're a male, your libido and sex drive will be gone. I mean, this might sound weird to some, but I have not thought about women in months. I can't tell you the last time. I'm sure most of you would agree that, like, if you're having sex, like, it's probably not going to happen. So that's number two. Number three is you become fixated on food. So every little piece of food that you see, now it becomes fat, carbs, and protein. Like, what does that food entail? Like, what are the macronutrients of that food? So food becomes a huge focal point. Like, that's all kind of you'll be thinking about for most. Like I said, that's what I've come up with. And this one's a big one. This one is why I said you have to be right mentally. Let's say you're dieting for, I don't know, a lot of us are dieting now for 7-8 months. And when you become so focused on one day and so fixated on your body that when it's over, you might reach depression. So just think about it for a moment. For months, that's all you're thinking about. You tend to block everything out. Maybe, family, friends, and that's another thing I want to touch on. You might push some people away, and that's what I do. So that's the fifth problem, real quick. I tend to I don't bring people close. I tend to push them away, just because I like to make people generally happy. So if I'm in a state of lower calories, I'm not myself. So I like to cheer people up and make sure they're doing good. I just like to help people. I just love people. I don't know what it is. I love people. So, but back on that, you might reach a point of depression, and it might last, because you're going to start to, you bring up the calories, and fat will come. I mean, you're not going to be that stage lean forever. So fat's gonna come on your body, and now the mirror is portraying something totally different. So watch out for that. So what I would recommend doing is, after the show, get another goal immediately, like whether it be like a show 2 years from now, but start planning ahead. Start thinking what your next course of action will be. So those are kind of the cons of the sport. Now, some of the pros: everything else, number one, everything else around you becomes, especially in the beginning, becomes better. Like, you feel like you can take on the world. I don't know what it is, but when you're on your grind, and you're waking up early, and you're counting all your calories, you feel like everything else is just easy. I don't know what it is. And I just think it's good, but like I said, you have, and I'm stressing this a lot, you have to be right mentally. Don't let anyone force you to do a show. It's got to come from within, which I touched on in the last video. And number two, it will challenge you physically and mentally. And that's the pro that outweighs all those cons. Like, if you can do a prep and do it 100% right and know that you gave 110%, you can do just about anything. I've had Marines tell me that, you know, they've gone through training. I've had wrestlers telling me that, you know, they've had to lose X amount of pounds. This, a contest prep, by far is the hardest thing they've ever done. Guys, I want to know what your pros and cons are. So comment below, like, subscribe, share this video, and hit that notification button. What do you guys want to see? I love doing this for you guys. Like I said, I love people. I love you guys.